Metro on 1019 WDET-FM. I'm Tia Graham. Now, friendship is really important and the focus of so many conversations here on the Metro. But there's a special place in our hearts for men and women's best friends. Yes, we're talking about dogs and cats and pets. Summer festivals in the city give people a chance to talk and connect with community. And we're talking about an upcoming festival that you and your furry family members are invited to. Pawchella is back for its second year on June 7th and June 8th, and a 2-day special event for all of the animals and families involved. This is a special number at Pawchella because they strive to bring second chances to adopted animals. The festival helps Mary Ann Wright Animal Adoption and Education Center raise funds to care for thousands of animals at their facility each year. Every ticket purchase is another donation in home for an animal. Joining us on the Metro is Nova Zorak, the Events and Communications Manager for the Metro Detroit Animal Shelter. Welcome to the Metro.
Thank you.
So, we've talked about Pawchella. This is the second year of Pawchella.
Correct.
What was the first year like that made you guys go, I'm going to bring it back?
Well, we want to build on this event, so that's always challenging. You know, last year it was 95 degrees and we had bands playing in the pouring rain. So there's always challenges with with an outdoor festival, but, you know, that's not going to keep us from wanting to expand on it and watch it grow. And this sort of awareness helps us do so.
Yeah. The first thing I thought about when I heard Pawchella, I just thought to myself, this has to be the most amazing event for animals and families put together. So let's talk about what's new about Pawchella 2025.
Well, we decided to take it down to 2 days. We think that's a little easier for people to kind of just address in general. The programming is more or less the same both days, but we do have 8 different bands this year, 4 on Saturday, 4 on Sunday. So that's new. We're also bringing back a lot of dog activities and making it more kind of animal-centric, which I think people wanted last year. So we have dock diving exhibition, a fly ball exhibition, and then you can bring your own dog and participate in the lure course or agility courses.
Yeah. And you just said bring your own dog. So, of course, there are going to be animals already there that you can come and play with.
Yes, we are doing an adopt-a-thon each day, which we host different rescues, foster-based rescues and shelters from the area so that we can all kind of come together, recognizing that we have the same mission. Also, our shelter will be open, so you can see all of our adoptable animals both days. Our center is just recently finished, finally, so that's also pretty cool.
Yeah, talk about that, about the renovations and going through, I guess you can say, an expansion and an update of your location.
Yeah. Our center is on Rackinger and Dearborn, sort of behind the Civic Center area where the Performing Arts Center and the library is. It is our 7th anniversary of the construction because we had many phases of development. So our team was divided up. For instance, I was working remotely, kind of not in the center for the last 2 years. And so now we're all under one roof together. It's pretty exciting to finally be done.
Yeah, I honestly had been hearing about that location for a while. I graduated from the Performing Center there. Our
cool.
high school graduation was in there.
Sweet.
And I just remember seeing that there and hearing a little bit about it. And I was recently not in the area again. And I thought, is it open yet? Or is it, has it finally finally gotten its legs up underneath itself?
Right. It has been open for since for years now, but we just haven't all been working under the same area. So, but yeah, it's exciting to just be all together and you get to know the whole team better by being more present in that way. So it's great.
And, of course, we're talking about Pawchella, an event that's happening this weekend, June 7th and June 8th. But I do want to talk about the event itself and getting in the community, especially when you're talking about adopting pets. What does it mean to have an event like this where the people can come and just see the animals that are available?
Well, I think that, awareness and just being visible in the community. I mean, these fundraisers are a way to not only bring funds in that we greatly need, but also to create awareness so that, obviously we get more adoptions, more people just coming through, knowing where we're located, that we're out here, that we're more so a regional organization and not just the Dearborn Shelter. We want to make sure everyone knows to come visit us.
Yeah. That's actually a really important thing to note, that it's not just the Dearborn Animal Shelter.
Right.
It's Metro Detroit Animal Shelter. So that's that's important to note. And as well, I do want to talk about, the shelters and what we saw during the pandemic. We saw a lot of people adopting pets, staying at home. They were at home a lot more. Did we see an influx of animals returning to shelters or going into the shelter once the pandemic started to subside?
I was actually not in the industry at that time because I'm going into my third year with the organization. Yeah. But I know I did hear about that occurring, and I know that our team tries really hard to pair people with a pet that makes the most sense for them so that we do not see that occur.
Yeah.
We want the pets to stay in the homes. So we have an application and also an adoption counseling process to ensure that people are matched properly, whether you have kids or other animals in the homes, if you want an active animal or more of a chill, like lounging animal, so we do work really hard to ensure that doesn't occur.
Yeah, I've always wondered about that, especially when you're going through an adoption center or service and you're acquiring a new animal. What does it look like, especially for those who are brand new to the whole system, brand new to the idea? I just recently got a kitten, and I'm super excited about Mr. Wednesday. But I have my kitten now, and there are so many different things that I'm learning, and I wish I would have known beforehand.
Oh, yeah.
So what are some ways that you all are preparing folks for adopting a pet?
Well, we do post some resources that are available to you on our website, metrodetroitanimals.org. So we like to update that regularly with information about whether it's puppies or air tags or, I don't know, just any sort of resource people could use. But obviously we do have like a go-home bag when you adopt that has resources, and we keep an open dialogue, even after the adoption process if people want to call and check in and make sure everything's going okay,
And the same thing with the services and the resources that you all offer. Can you talk a little bit about those as well? Because a lot of folks like me, we're new, we're looking for vets or looking for whoever we can reach out to, especially for cost effective.
Oh, yeah. Well, all of our animals are ready to go home. So they are already spayed, neutered, or microchipped and ready to go. If there are any medications or any medical things you need to know, we do supply you with, the final runs of what those are until they're all set. Yeah. And then, of course, after that, there are also resources we can refer you to different vets. We have partner vets and places in the area, cost-efficient ones we use even. So, yeah.
So, Nova, you were talking about Pawchella, June 7th and June 8th is happening. And you're going to be working with and connecting with other shelters around the city of Detroit, Metro Detroit. Can you talk about a few of those other shelters that you all are going to be working with?
Yeah. Well, we are going to have bottle babies. We worked with some of these last year, and I'm still just getting to know them all myself, being kind of new to the animal welfare industry and all that. But, we're going to have dogs primarily outside available. Last year we had Michigan Humane come with cats. So we do have all these partnerships locally that we continue to work with and help each other out for the same mission. So looking forward to hosting them,
Yeah. You're listening to The Metro on 101.9 WDET FM. I'm Tia Graham, and we're talking about a 2-day pet celebration called Pawchella. Our guest is Nova Zorok, the Events and Communications Manager for Metro Detroit Animals in Dearborn. Nova, let's talk a little bit about, once again, Pawchella. It's happening this weekend. What can people know about the events, the resources that you all are going to offer there outside of just adopting your animal? Can we come and get a grab bag? Are we able to, take pictures in a photo booth with our dogs and our cats?
We are going to have pet photography. One of our volunteers, Patty, she does a great job. So she has cool backdrops and stuff that are, various seasonal, she'll do them for the holidays. So I assume it'll be summer themed this time. So we will have those. That's donation based. It all goes back to the shelter. And then, like I said, we'll have a ton of dog vendors, bakeries, and ice cream, like Sweet Paws Creamery. Yeah. So all treats for your dog. And we will have some swag bags. Some of our sponsors, I know, at the registration tents will have things like giveaways, like bowls and this, that, and the other. Yeah. The actual tiers of registration to attend come with our own official swag too. Nice. Yeah. So it goes from like a pet waste bag dispenser to the official T-shirt, which we spend a lot of time designing, making these kind of psychedelic band dogs and cats on the front of the shirt. and then tote bags and all sorts of fun stuff. So
nice. Well, folks, if you're interested in getting an animal, you know where to head this weekend. And I do want to talk to you about the current state of animal shelters in general right now, though. We've been seeing a lot happening. You said you're relatively new to the industry of animal welfare.
Yes.
But within this time, we've seen changes happen within our administration. We've seen changes happening economically in general. Have you all been impacted in any way by what's been happening at the federal level?
not so much the federal level that I'm aware of. We do work and contract with the city of Dearborn, so we're very involved with going to council meetings, which I even have to do working in events to just work with the city to shut the street down or borrow some of maybe their sound guys for the bands, So we're very much involved with the community and trying to reach our local community members on a level that we all can understand animals. Not everyone in our community is immediately super into having pets per se, but we want them to at least understand the importance of what we're trying to do and how it does affect the city at large.
I love that you brought that up, because that was one of the things I was going to say. Folks will hear Pawchella and they'll think to themselves, why do you need something like that?
Yeah.
What does this event even mean? It sounds silly.
Yeah.
So when you think of the name and you hear folks talking about the name Pawchella, what do you hope they take away from it?
We want it to be fun. Obviously, it's a take on music festivals and animals. Our logo is a heart paw, so it kind of all ties together. But yeah, the mission affects anyone in the city. It's important work what we're doing, whether you want to adopt or not. There are other ways to see that we serve a role in the community, and our pillars are to also volunteer or donate, even if you're not going to do the adopt pillar itself per se. So there's lots of ways to get involved, and we want to make it, yes, you can bring your own dog, but it's also, there's human vendors as well. We're going to have tarot card readers. They're not all pet centric. So we'll have a bar too and food trucks. So you can come out without a dog and enjoy yourself.
Yeah. I literally just started cracking up my mind because I'm thinking of a food truck with a dog serving me food. And I'm just you know what? I'm okay with that.
Right.
I'm okay with this. I'm okay with all of it. But there will be human vendors as well.
Right.
So
you don't have to get a pup cup.
Oh my gosh. Nova Zorok, is there anything else you'd like to let us know about Pawchella 2025?
Well, I just think we're really excited about this event this year. We've done a lot of work on it, and come out, see the music, check us out, the new center, have a drink, and help continue the mission.
Nova Zorok is the Events and Communications Manager for Metro Detroit Animals. Pawchella is happening this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. For more details, you can visit pawchella2025.org. Nova, thank you so much for joining us on the Metro.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. From the WDET newsroom, Detroit Grand Prix organizers say they have a new agreement in place with the city of Detroit. It will keep cars racing around downtown streets until at least 2028. In a statement to WDET, event officials say the deal also includes an optional 3-year extension beyond that time. The contract is happening despite an uncertain future for the Renaissance Center, which is a key part of the temporary Grand Prix track's footprint. Coming up, the Skillman Foundation wields major influence within Detroit education, but can philanthropic dollars transform schools in crisis? We'll be right back on the Metro. You all stay right there.